What is up, biker bros? This is Nathan from the Gen Z Biker Blog. I'm here today in Milan, Italy for the MOARD Motorcycle Design Expo. For those of you that don't know, Milan, Italy is the fashion and design capital of the world. I'm super hyped. We're gonna see some great bikes. I know Ducati, BMW, Honda, Indian Motorcycle, they're all here, and there's some other custom builders that are here as well. The motorcycle industry is struggling right now to revamp and pull in younger riders, and I think a lot of these designs that are gonna be here today are what we're gonna see in the motorcycle manufacturing industry. So stay tuned and let's check it out. So nearly as soon as I entered the expo, I actually came in contact and got to meet the head designer of the Indian motorcycle FTR. So in a few minutes here, I'm gonna have an interview with him and have him explain some of his processes and where his inspiration came from. All right, so I'm here today with Rich Christoph, Indian motorcycle lead designer for the Indian motorcycle FTR. So we're gonna go over his design processes. Tell us about your design inspiration.
Well, thanks for having me, first of all, Nathan. So,
of course.
Welcome to this blog.
The Gen Z Biker Blog.
This is cool, Gen Z. We love you. First of all, the inspiration for the FTR 1200 really came from our FTR 750 championship seasons. We've had 2 seasons now, successful, riders champion and manufacturing, championship. So we kind of took that celebration and that stance, or kind of that sport performance stance, which you could easily apply to like a sport naked motorcycle, and then we developed that into the FTR 1200. So first of all, we wanted to capture the proportion of kind of the flat track motorcycle, which is 1919 wheels and a real clean backbone and a riding position that allows you to slide forward, up over the handlebars and the forks. So we captured that first in silhouette and proportion. Overall, we wanted to keep everything compact so the rider can slide forward and backward. So we approached it from how we organize the components, especially the fuel tank and the airbox. We broke it up like the race bike. So the race bike kind of has this skin pulled over the breakup of the airbox and the fuel tank, where we specifically needed it for ride and handling and center of gravity and performance attributes. So we approached the FTR 1200 the same way. We organized the airbox and the fuel tank in a way that didn't inhibit the performance, but best allowed the bike to perform well and have the center of gravity where you wanted it, let the rider be in that commanding position. So we did the same approach, basically, based on the FTR, how you wrap the musculature or the bones and the tendons and the muscles with the skin. And then when you start to get into details like the subframe and stuff, it's a cast aluminum subframe. We found out, it's steel tube main frame on the FTR 1200, but on the subframe we have a cast aluminum. Was applied best there because when we looked at steel tube, which was more along the FTR 750 lines, it was a steel tube subframe, it just didn't have the structure we needed to get around the shot without widening the bike where your legs interact with the machine. So we ended up going with cast aluminum. We kind of mimicked the structure, that you see in the trellis frame, more in the subframe as well, and how we cast and opened and sculpted those pockets. And that also allowed us to kind of leave the eye, the highlights and the shadows, and let the energy from the chest and the strength in the chest visually in the tank covers, take that energy and that strength, run the highlights down into the waist, and then run the highlights then up and accelerate out of the motorcycle, much like the race bike. And so that was kind of the basic design.
That definitely provides a more younger look.
Much more aggressive, much more powerful stance, and it's kind of intimidating and powerful, like the FTR 750, right? We want to capture that.
Of course, so there's a lot of talk within the motorcycling industry about the struggle to build a ridership with young riders. Do you project the FTR to kind of pull in some more of these younger riders for Indian Motorcycle Company?
Well, when we built the motorcycle, age always comes up and the demographics always come up and that kind of stuff. But we focused on a really fun, spirited, powerful, strong motorcycle that, celebrated our heritage, especially our recent successes. So we didn't really want to stick it in any one genre or demographic. We just wanted to build a powerful, strong, street performing, sport naked motorcycle to have fun with and kind of celebrate our lineage. And it's definitely, I think, a step in the right direction, for us to do other things and maybe, kind of reach out to that Gen Z you know, or whatever Generation Z, millennials,
Yeah.
doesn't really matter. We want you all. What we're focusing on doing is building a badass motorcycle that's extremely fun to ride. It was about an all-around bike that's going to allow you to have a lot more fun, right? It's not about intimidation, it's about accessibility and about having fun and giving the customer something that's a very versatile chassis and power plant that can allow you to just have more fun. I mean, shit, isn't that what this is all about?
Yeah.
I mean, that's why we do this.
Why are we on
right?
a bike?
Yeah, why we're on a bike, exactly.
Okay.
So as you walk around the motorcycle and you kind of look at the motorcycle here, you know, the overall proportion is supported with a 19-inch front wheel, rear wheel combination, and they're wrapped in Dunlop S pattern, or I guess iterations of the S pattern tire that were specifically designed to perform very well on the street and in dirt. You know, it's based on the flat track, you know, S pattern Dunlops that we run in American Flat Track Series. And then we also, you know, the bike is comprised of, you know, we have 60-degree liquid cooled V-twin, steel tube trellis main frame, steel tube rear swing arm, you know, cast aluminum subframe. Fuel and air box is under the tank area, and then the fuel also continues back into the tail section of the motorcycle. There's 3 versions of the FTR 1200, and one is your base, or your standard version. And then you have your R model, which is adjustable suspension and a digital display. Also comes with the gold forks and the gold piggyback shock in the rear. And then there's also, you know, you get color and some trim options in that as well. And then there's the replica, the R, which is the red frame and most looks like our FTR 750 race bike. But anyway, we're in Milano. We're at the MOARD show. Yeah, we're at the MOARD show. It's the first annual MOARD show, M-O-A-R-D, capitals. And it's about design and passion and motorcycle industry. So Nathan was nice enough to stop by and find me, and we started talking. So
the Indian motorcycle history. I used to work at an Indian motorcycle dealership in Elmhurst, Illinois. Saw the Indian motorcycle t-shirt. Little did I know, one of the chief designers.
Yeah.
Thanks for meeting.
Yeah, no problem, Nathan. Thanks for having me. All right, guys.
Of course.
Peace.
Now thanks for tuning in today, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video and that interview with the FTR designer. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below your favorite motorcycle that you saw in this video. Peace out, biker bros. So the headdress pattern in this hat is actually the pattern that they copied into
the laser etch in the tool.
Yeah.